Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It is another cold, blustery day here in Kentucky, but wanted to hop on here. This is a video I had not planned out, but it came to me today and I really wanted to dive in deep. So this is a spur of the moment video about astrology and my journey or lack thereof with astrology. So I've always been interested in astrology. I know my basic birth chart. I know my sun, moon, rising. I know, like my planets. I know roughly what planets mean what, with what sign, and, but that's where it starts to get really confusing for me. Then you bring in, the houses and things like that, and it got to be overwhelming. So I started trying to learn astrology back in like 2017, 2018, around the time that we had started Craft and Cast. Now that I make these videos, I realize I was trying to do too much around that time. I was doing the most around that time. But neither here nor there. But it got to be, it was just very overwhelming. And throughout the years, I would randomly, be like, oh, let's look at this again. Or, oh, let's log on to this website, and like read about stuff. But I saw a deck like beginning of last December, I think, and which, side story on that, I ordered this deck because I was like, oh, that would really help me to learn the houses and, like all these things with astrology, and it will really help me. So I ordered it, and like beginning of December, I ordered it and it never came in the mail, and I had to actually request a refund. And then I went searching to see if my local, like Barnes and Nobles or what have you had it. And finally one of them did. And so just this past weekend, I went and snagged it. But I saw this deck and it prompted me to like maybe restart my journey with astrology. The deck I'm talking about. So it comes in this really big, it is Heavenly Bodies Astrology by Lily Ashwell, and it's printed by CICO, C-I-C-O books. Comes in this really pretty clamshell box. I have the, the things out because I don't plan on keeping this, this big box. I just plan on keeping the smaller ones. But there is a quote: "Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads," by Henry David Thoreau, 1845. But it's a very pretty box. I may do something else with it because I see, so this part can actually maybe come out. Yeah, so this part can actually come out of it. So I may Mod Podge and paint and do some things. Has my little crafty heart contemplating things with this box. Okay, well, that's another thing. But what came in that box was the Heavenly Bodies little astrology, the little guidebook, which is, it's a pretty hefty book. There's like, how many pages are in here? 141 pages. So each card has 2 pages. You get a color picture right here, explanations, keywords, and what they call an omen. So this is it does come with another little like hard shell box, so that's why I'm not going to keep the bigger box. I'm just going to keep them out. Here in this box it says, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, to hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. William Blake, 1803. So then you have a little pool here. Heaven through earth and spirit through the body. It says that on the back there. I do like when they put little like quotes or pictures or, you know, what have you. So this deck, so this is the back. The cardstock itself is not the best. It is on the slightly thinner side, but that's fine with me. I'm not really I don't really shuffle rough. I am pretty easy on my deck, so that's not, you know, like a really big concern for me. But so we have like the sun, and then it has stuff written at the bottom like the sun, self-express and embody truth. So your sun sign is how you self-express and embody truth. Moon, which I love this fucking moon card. Moon is satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. So your moon sign is how you satisfy emotional needs, so forth and so on. And then it has each of the planets, like this one's Mercury, which is think, learn, network, and communicate. And it does have the little astrological sign up there in the corner as well. And it goes through each planet. And then after the planets, it does the signs themselves, like Aries, which is me. Independence, bravery, and passion. So you can use this deck as an oracle deck as well, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I will just use this deck as like a learning tool to help me learn astrology, and if down the road I get more comfortable with it, I may use this as like a first card pull in a reading, you know, or like a clarifying or something like that. I just don't know how that looks right now, but like there's Taurus. Trust, patience, and sensuality. So, and then it goes through all of the signs. And then after the signs, you have the houses. Like house 1 is individuality, self-image, and approach in life. And, you know, it just continues on. Like house 5 is passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. And so it just, house 8 is transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. I love the artwork on these. I like how it's minimal borders, because y'all know I hate borders on decks. But then, so it goes through the 12 houses, and then it also covers like conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. Opposition has one. Trine. Square. Sextile. And then it does have earth, air, fire, and water cards as well, which earth is very pretty. And then it has yin, yang, yin and yang. And then cardinal, fixed, mutable, then north node and south node. So it has all of the things in it, of course. But I am very excited to delve deep into this again. I already had a few astrology books that I'll show you here in just a second. But I'm excited because I love tarot so much, and I love oracle cards. Cards like this are much more like my thing, instead of just like opening a book to a page and reading. I don't know, I just connect so much more with this. Just like with like learning, like these over here. Like I make flashcards, like these were all the flashcards I made whenever I was taking my exams to become a certified aromatherapist and for my herbalism courses. So like I like I like cards. I'll put you back there. I like cards. So I'm very excited about this. But let me just read for you what one of these says. So we'll just flip to a random page. So like house 8. So you got the picture, you know, the color picture of the thing. And it says, this is a place of danger, but it's also a place of freedom. Here lies the pain and fear you keep hidden and the deep connections that force them to the surface. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's heartbreak or an intimacy prompted transformation. More figuratively, it's anything that pushes you to face your fears, igniting the life-ending, life-giving cycle of death and rebirth. There is spirituality in this space as it reveals the karmic wounds you incarnated to heal in this lifetime. Pluto ruled and the natural home of Scorpio, this house holds your secrets and the things you deem taboo. Your experiences with intimacy and sexuality live here as expressions of this landscape. Being a karmic house, it also speaks to legacies and inheritance. There is a heavy predestined energy to this space as it holds the things you've been given for a reason. It's also linked to research and investigation with so much to untangle, uncover, and transform. And then it has keywords right here for your energetics. It's karmic connections, secrets, legacies, sexuality, and research. For experiences, it has facing fears, death and rebirth, transformation, profound change through intimacy, power and control. And then the omen is, can you imagine life is happening for you, not to you? You've been given perfect challenges to highlight the snags of your soul and perfect gifts to support your healing. Can you let every experience of pain or pleasure work through you? Can you absorb every encounter and then let it go? This means loving with an open palm, being open to loss, trusting the universe will carry you to your next chapter. The physical happenings of your life exist to deliver the medicine you need, and sometimes the healing comes in letting go. Surrender and deepen your connection to the spiritual nature of life. And each card has that in it. So I'm very excited, like I said, to, oh, my foot's going to sleep, to deep dive into that. Also, let me get, I got my little blanket. It's my office blanket. So these are, I have 3 books that I got trying to prompt me to learn astrology, right? This one, Astrology, Using the Wisdom of the Stars in Your Everyday Life by Carol Taylor. This one is the one that I have liked the most because it is very colorful. I'm a very like visual, like color centric person. So like it has each sign and it has big colorful pictures and the colors, and then it has like keywords, and then once you get past that, let me get past this sentence. Then you have the planets. So then it focuses on each planet and everything that has to do with it, like the sun through the signs. It lists, you know, if your sun sign is Sagittarius, at the heart of things for you is growth through travel, learning, or breadth of life experience, perhaps via other cultures or belief systems. So it talks about that. It also says it rules Leo, the day of the week, the metal, the colors, and the symbol for it. And you know, it just continues with each planet. And Jupiter Purple and yellow, or purple and orange, are one of my favorite color combinations. I don't know why, but I've always loved it. So let's see. Okay, then chapter 4 is the houses. And so then it goes into the first house, what it does, the planets that you have in that house, and the sign and the zodiac signs that you have in that house. So there's 2 different ones, and this is where it started to get really confusing for me, because I think in part it's because with tarot and oracle, I am very much an intuitive reader. Do I still look at the guidebooks every now and then? Yes. But do I rely on them 100% of the time to do my readings? No. I'm a very intuitive person, and this, to a certain degree, you can't really use intuition. Like, you have to have the knowledge, you know. But I guess now thinking about it, that's also like tarot, because when you first start reading tarot, everyone is like, I need to memorize the book. I need to learn what each card means. I need to do this. And to a certain extent, I was that way as well, until I started realizing, you know, to trust my intuition. But so it goes into each house, and then it gives you examples on how to draw your own birth chart, and it teaches you how to do that. And I very much enjoyed looking at it so far. So this is, of the 3 books I have, this is my favorite so far. Then I think most people have this. The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need by Joanna Martine Woolfolk. And this is a very hefty book, but it didn't really draw me in. There's not really, I'm like a little kid. I need bright colors. I need to be drawn in. I need this. So it is information dense. So it was not the easiest for me to just sit down and read. And then I have Llewellyn's Complete Book of Astrology by Chris Brandt Risk. The easiest and most complete guide to astrology ever. Now, every astrology book says that. Is that true? I think that is up to opinion and up to interpretation. This one, I know I haven't picked up and looked at in quite a bit of time. This one I will flick through randomly every once in a blue moon. This one I have really been looking at because it has all the pretty colors and all the pictures, and it draws me in. But I'm really, really hoping that this deck cinches it for me and it really starts to help me. But if you work with astrology, if you are fluent in astrology, if you will, if you have any tips or tricks or advice for me, I would love it. I'm kind of flying blind, but I'm excited to get into this again, to restart this journey. So I'm very excited about this. But if you, like I said, if you have any tips or tricks or advice, let me know down below. And I will keep you updated on this journey that I'm retaking. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Just want to give a shout out to myself. I have been pretty consistent with posting videos here the past few weeks. I'm very excited about it. And I'm wanting, to branch out more, to cover more topics. So be on the lookout for many more videos from me. But blessings and growth. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, week, whenever this video finds you. Blessings and growth, and I will see you later. Bye.